Lesson 57.
Hund, Katze.
Lisa, when Brandon and I were writing this book, we wanted to have nouns of different genders. We wanted to have some masculine nouns, some neuter nouns, and some feminine nouns. And so that's why we have dog and cat, because Hund is masculine and Katze is feminine, right?
Right. So these are the very general terms we use to describe the animal.
And since they are different genders, we can practice with all the different articles and ein words.
Yes, and you can also see again that the masculine noun in the plural often takes an E to make it the plural form. And the feminine noun, Katze, does take an N. This is also quite frequent.
I believe you mentioned that a while back as a pattern to watch out for, and so we're starting to see that, I think.
I did, yes. It is definitely not all of the masculine nouns and definitely not all of the feminine ones, but it is for a good percentage of them. So this will help you if you're trying to form a plural down the line.
Okay. And so in the exercises, we can see how the gender of these nouns affects the adjectives and the ein words that go with them. In number one, we have mein Hund. So Hund is masculine. So we have to say mein along with it. We can't say meine Hund. That would be wrong because it would be a feminine form of mein with a masculine noun, right?
Right. And for Katze, because it's a feminine noun, we want the feminine form of mein, which is meine, with the E at the end.
So if I said mein Katze, that would be incorrect because I'd be putting a masculine form of mein with a feminine noun.
Right.
So this is a good lesson for our listeners. As I've said before, in German, you really have to keep your thinking cap on and think about the gender of the nouns that you're working with, because you have to make the different articles agree with the noun in gender. Ein words, adjectives, all this stuff has to agree. Okay? So try to keep the gender of the nouns in mind as you go along.
And just as a side note, we can distinguish between, for example, a female cat and a male cat by using a different noun for it. Then we would use die Katze and der Kater. But similar to English, when we talk just generally about the animal, we would use just one version, die Katze. Whereas when you're more acquainted with the cat, maybe it's your cat and you want to tell your friend about it, you might want to specify, is it a female one or a male one? And then you can use the gendered noun, Katze or Kater.
Maybe it's a cat that you see at the coffee shop a lot, and so you just know it really well.
That could be, yeah. And you're talking to it, I don't know.
You see the cat every meow and then.